sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets die in your heart so slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you and I'm the only.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast pre-match talk for Everton versus Newcastle. And yes, we've done it again. We have a fan clash. We've got John Sinclair in the building. It's a big game, and it seems there's a bit of rivalry in this. By the way, I just want to say at the start, I've been on John Sinclair's channel, got looked after and respected when I went on his channel. So if you could do the same for him, fair enough. No personal comments. Don't mind rivalry, but don't want no personal stuff. So this is a big one. This is so. Let's get him on. Here he is.
Big up to you, lads, and thank you for having us on.
Welcome, mate. Welcome.
Pleasure. Absolute pleasure, mate. Are you up for this as us, John?
I'm a what?
Are you as up for this game as us?
I'm not. No, what happened is, right, I mean, working wise as well, because I know I'm going to get finished at, I was trying to go for the finish, but at 5 o'clock, I'd love to go, but unfortunately, I just cannot make it. Because I want to go to Goodison Park and also as well, it's the time of it as well, on a Thursday night. Community, man. But it was a weekend I'd do it, but I will be next season.
Under the lights, that's what we like. I'm saying that. Have we been good under the lights, Paul, this season?
At home, we've been shocking. We've got, what is it, 1 win in 12 or something at home, 2 wins at home in 12 games. I think the last time we played you, John, was a Thursday night anyway at our place. You know, Wolby and all that, and Greg chaining himself to a post.
I know. The thing is, right, I mean, we were fantastic that day. Absolutely fantastic. And you know what it is, right? I mean, that is where I thought Eddie Howe was going to get us Champions League. That result there told us everything I need to know that gets Champions League.
Yeah.
How you finding this? I'm going to put what we do on Toffee Bluecast. They get involved in the comments. What we're going to do, we have a little format that we just go through. So we're going to look at the last 5 Premier League games of Newcastle, the last 5 Premier League games of Everton, compare them both. Then we'll put on the screen the last team that Newcastle played, the last team that Everton played. You can talk to us about Newcastle.
Yeah, man.
You know, who's going to be playing and stuff. Then we do our lineup prediction. You can give the Newcastle lineup prediction. Then we finish with a score prediction. Then the show's finished. That's what we do. We stick to that format, and people in the comments will get involved. We'll go straight to the last 5 games. I'll put it on the screen now. I think it's the same. Although a lot of people think Everton. What do you think on this 10-point deduction? Are you saying you're happy we've got it like a lot of Newcastle fans? Or
the thing is, right, I mean, I don't want to set anyone, do you know what I mean? But I think it's the FFP, and you've done something like 370, 300 odd M's, you know what I mean? And I don't know what happens there. Obviously, I don't support Everton, so I don't know the ins and outs, but the only thing I always say, right? But if that is true, that ain't great. And this is why Everton tried to sell the club. Moshiri tried to sell the club to double 777 partners, so they are, right? But they didn't get a takeover. But for me personally, I think the Premier had to do something about that. And I think it sends out a very strong warning that if you overspend, then you're going to get done. They will get you. Do you know what I mean? Man City's going to be next. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie, but it seems harsh. But at the end of the day, right, I looked it back. I think it's a little bit harsh there. But like I said, it is what it is. And I don't want to upset Everton fans, but one thing I'm going to say, I just think is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. And I think other clubs now, we have to look over the shoulder just to spend within our means. We're at a takeover, right? I mean, people say, oh, we're going to spend billions and billions and billions. It doesn't quite work like that. You know what I mean? Because you have to spend within the FFP. That's why you're not going to get players like Mo Salah, Kylian Mbappe, and all the players like that as well, Jude Bellingham. That ain't going to happen at Newcastle United. We buy young players, right? Young players, and then we just get the best years out of them. And I think that's the way to go. You look at the age, Isak, 23, yeah? Anthony Gordon, dare I say it, 21, yeah? Livramento, 20 years old, yeah? We go for players like that now. Do you know what I mean? We're not going to be spending millions of pounds on over-the-hill strikers, do you know what I mean? Like a 30, 31-year-old, because that's going to upset the changing rooms, you know what I mean? But the club has got a lot of things right. A lot of things right. But they need to get the ticketing side right, because at the minute, there's empty seats in the away end as well. And people are buying the tickets just for the points, yeah? But if they buy the ticket, they cannot go for a genuine reason, and someone else came up. Cool, fair enough. But if you're going to buy the ticket for the point, then that ain't great. Then other people could buy that ticket and go to the match. But it is what it is, and we've got a lot of things out of the football club.
No, you have done well. Like you've with the way you've done things, you probably looked at Everton. I said this on your channel before. You probably looked at Everton and looked at us as how to not do things and done things right yourself. You didn't go stupid on players. You kept your team, and then you added young players. A lot of injuries, which we'll go into as well. Now on the screen, now we've got both teams of form. This is yours. This is ours. We've actually got the same form. Look, 3 wins, 1 loss, and a draw in the last 5 Premier League games. Yeah.
If you have a look at Everton there, yeah, I mean, you got a good result against Forest away. That's a cracking result. Forest, a difficult place to go. I mean, United absolutely smashed us, didn't they? But guess what? We should have smashed them the other night with the chances we've had. Beating Palace away is a tricky place to go to, yeah? Very difficult place to go. We found that ourselves as well. Too many draws there. And that's a cracking result. I mean, Sean Dyche is doing a fantastic job for you. Do you know what I mean? He's doing a fantastic job. He's making your side tough to beat. Playing 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1, Decoy as a 10. And the results there are brilliant. I mean, Brighton at home, I've expected to get beat off that. West Ham away from home, you did something which we couldn't do. And that's actually win at London Stadium, right? And if you look at Newcastle, I mean, we're scoring goals for fun, are we? If you look on the right, 10 goals in the last 5 games, and we don't concede very many neither. Okay, the Arsenal game was controversial. I get that, but I would say all again is a deserved goal. Newcastle, we led twice, did sit through. Bournemouth, Bournemouth were brilliant that day. I can't lie, but we had so many injuries that day, and not only that, we looked absolutely knackered. I was there in that game. We looked absolutely knackered. I couldn't understand that. Do you know what I mean? On another day, another way, it would have been a disappointing result for us. Do you know what I mean? I can't lie. Then we smashed Chelsea, and everyone says there's going to be goals in that game. Chelsea's going to put up a fight, but we dominated that game. We really, really did. I mean, Thiago Silva, what was he doing? Giving that ball to Joe Linton, straight up back in the net, and the one at the top, United. Wow, it should have been 6 or 7. We were fantastic. I mean, pace and power, they cannot cover up PMP. And if you count on where we are, then I think we'd probably get top 4 again. But we need a striker. We need a number 6, and we definitely need a right side midfield. Maybe a centre back as well.
You're not asking for much, are you?
Well, listen, it's what it is.
We need a right back, a left back, a centre back, a midfielder, a winger, and a striker, and we'll get Champions League.
Yeah, man. That's what we need. We need to improve our squad. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, what I look at it, I mean, if you say to us, Jamal Lascelles in the Champions League, Sean Longstaff, Joe Linton, right, in the Champions League, Callum Wilson, yeah, they would have laughed at you. They would have laughed at you. Do you know what I mean? But Jamal Lascelles, right, played in what, 5 Champions League game? I think it might have been 3. And this guy, him and Shah, Body and Mbappe, absolutely dominated him, especially at home. And Mbappe didn't want to know, wasn't interested. We dominated that game. I mean, never said Botman's going to be a miss, but the bottom line is we were superb that day. And it's down to one guy, Eddie Howe. This guy is the best young manager in the country in my book. Yeah, if not the best English young manager in the country, right? And you know what it is, right, with Eddie Howe? He's young. He 45, 46, and he plays football we have not seen in years, and that is playing fast, open, attacking football. Yeah, and Eddie Howe's going to be our manager for the next 10 years. I truly believe that.
There was a little bit of, I don't know whether it was the whole fan base, but I did see a couple of tweets on Twitter saying your fans wasn't happy with Eddie Howe when your results wasn't going your way this season. Was that just a few, or?
No, they were the thing is though, right? They wanted a bigger name for me. If I had a choice of manager, sort of thing, like if Eddie Howe decides to move on, you know what? I'll bet the bank get Diego Simeone. If Eddie goes to England in the future, or Warners wants to get a bigger name, I'll go for Diego Simeone all day long. That guy's the winner.
Surely you've got to keep. What do you think on keep Eddie Howe though? Surely, but I know what you're saying. He's a backup manager. It is a good. What do you think on this form, Paul? Before we move on to the Newcastle last lineup.
His form. You mean his form, or
just to pull this one? What do you think on the form of our form, Paul?
Look, the form looks good, and Everton's form. Sorry, Everton's form.
Just go chuck it on Paul.
That looks better, much better. Do you know what I mean? Because you know what I mean. You're winning games. Like I said earlier, let's be real. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, he's making your teams hard to beat. And I still for Everton to stay up. You'll stay up, mate. I really do.
I think we'll do better than stay up. I think we can push for getting in that top half of the table again, even with a 10-point deduction. That's how well we was doing this. I think we was 3 points off 11th before we got this 10-point deduction. So we was looking to go into the top half of the table and maybe even push on for Europa League with the form that we had. And it wouldn't have been ridiculous. We was just on the verge of going into that top half of the table and we was hit with a 10-point deduction before they can even charge Man City with 101 breaches. But we'll move on for that. Paul Fars, above me. What do you think on that form above me?
Yeah, I think our away form's obviously been better, and it's been in reverse for Newcastle. So I mean, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man U, all home games, all good wins. The Bournemouth game, I did have a look at your lineup as well, because you didn't actually have a striker on the pitch. I think Gordon was leading your line that day, and
he was
made Bournemouth world beaters. Do you know what I mean? So, but then obviously Isak comes back for the Chelsea game, and Bruno comes in as well. So you've got some top quality players. I had Isak in my fantasy league team. I think that was a mistake because he wasn't playing then. I had Wilson instead.
Wow. Yeah. You know what it is, though, with Isak, right? I think Isak's a fantastic player, but he looks a bit tired at the moment in time. It's unfair on the kid. Do you know what I mean? Unfair. However, we need to get Wilson back very quickly, or we definitely need another striker coming in January. That's what we need.
Yeah. Well, I tried to take a picture of your injury list, but I couldn't fit them all on one page. So, I mean, this is going off the last one, I think. So you've got Barnes injured, you've got Botman, Byrne, Longstaff's out, Murphy, Matt Targett, injury, Willock, and Wilson. Tonali obviously is on gardening leave or whatever you want to call it. So these guys are a massive miss. That's a bonus for us, surely.
Looking at that team, that's a fantastic team there. I mean, if you look at it, the back four, the one I'm impressed with at the minute. I mean, he only played 2 games in 2 years prior as Thibaut Livramento. This guy, check him out. This guy is an absolute baller, sick, right? I mean, he loves going forward on the ball. He loves taking on players. He's right-footed. He's skillful. And if you look at the first goal against PSG, he beat 5 lads, and then he played that ball to Miggy. and only for Donnarumma make a save fell for Isak. Let's be real, right? I mean, Livermental, absolutely fantastic. Trippier leads by example, yeah. 8s most week, 8 out of 10s nearly every week, that guy. Lascelles, steady. Fabian Schär, playing his best football off his career. 32-year-old Swiss international. That guy, he just looks better and better and better. And I'm thinking, where has this phone come? 3 million quid this guy cost. 3 M's. In midfield, Lewis Marley, 17-year-old local lad from Consett up in County Durham, if you don't know where that is, guys. And he is fantastic. I mean, he's so calm on the ball. He doesn't fears at all. Against PSG, I thought, is this game going to be too big for this guy? No. Brilliant. He was absolutely fantastic. Don't burn the kid out. He's only 17-year-old, yeah? Guimaraes, I mean, that guy pulls the strings in midfield every single week. Joe Linton, perfect number 6. Now, anyone in the chat, if you didn't know who this guy is, he played up front, cost us 40 million quid, and he was very, very poor. This guy, I tell you what, he covers every blade of grass, this guy. He is a number 6, a powerhouse. And then up front, Miggy, I love Miggy for his work rate, his press. He needs to score more goals. He needs to do a little bit more, but I do love Miggy, by the way. Anthony Gordon, what can I say about him? Outstanding this season. Outstanding. Sorry, Everton fans, I don't want to rub it in too much. So don't hold it against us, by the way, people.
We'll have the fan clash on Anthony Gordon in a bit. It'll be tasty.
Aye, I'm ready for it. Bring it on. In a
Go on, Paul. Go for it.
I was going to say, I think the thing about Gordon is that it's been a while now. It's gone so fast, but we were so happy to get what we got for him at the time. We couldn't wait 9 months to a year for him to suddenly start playing well. And we don't play. We haven't got the ability to kind of play like you can in your style at the moment. So it absolutely worked for us at the time, and it obviously took him quite a while to sort of get his legs going for you. But he's obviously seeming to do it. He is doing similar things for you that he seemed to do for us, but maybe he's just got. We lent on him a bit too much. I think we put too much responsibility on him, and he didn't get much support around him. Obviously, he's got that with Howe and all the players in the Newcastle side. So I think it worked out best for everyone in the end, I would say.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, well, we got him now. Excuse me, and we'll look after him. Don't worry about that. I mean, look at Eugene's comments as well. They're going to beat us 4-1. Good luck with that. That ain't going to happen.
We are positive.
We're very positive. We're very positive on this show.
Yes,
we're coming after you. We are coming after you this game. This won't be like the last one. This is going to be. I'm not in it to lose. Our form's the same, and I know you. That's why I said this is a big game. You want to win, and we want to win as well. I'm ready for this, and I feel like this is a different Everton to last time when you gave us a bit of a spanking. I mean, we did beat you with 10 men as well, didn't we? At one point. When
you did.
I remember that one as well. So we have got a little bit of momentum there. What your injuries though? I know you're Mr. Positive. You're worse than me. You are for being positive because you're loving Shaw, you're loving Lascelles, you're loving all your reserve players. You're absolutely Livermore. You're loving them. You have got a lot of players out there, haven't you? Let's just talk about that before we look at Everton. Like our Botman is other than Branthwaite, who's the best centre back in the world. Gerard Branthwaite. Other than him, Botman's my second best centre back in the world. I think Botman's class, and I wanted him. He's amazing. So you must miss him.
100%, because look, at the end of the day, I mean, this guy holds things together. He's so calm on the ball. He brings ball out from the back. His passing ability from the back is fantastic. He keeps it simple when it needs to be. This guy scored his first goal against Sheffield United, which I'm so chuffed about. But at the end of the day, I mean, Paul's going to be a miss. Bottom's going to be a miss. Sean Longstaff, Joel Willock, Callum Wilson, and Elliot Anderson as well. And yeah, Callum Wilson. Oh man, it's just unbelievable. But we just cannot keep playing for the same players because they could be absolutely shattered. Because we got Tottenham 3 days after your match, our match. But if you look at it, I think personally that squad we got there looks good. but we could
Still
do
strong.
Harvey Barnes is still strong. And
Have you got a-
Your
you got a
manager, I think your
weekly?
manager's a big thing as well. Your manager is a big
Yeah.
part of that because you've got a lot of players there. I keep watching Newcastle, and sometimes I look at the lineup, like now when you're weakened. I think this is one of your weaker lineups. You probably don't, but I think this is a weaker lineup for you because I know what you like. You've got Barnes. I mean, not even going to talk about him. That must break your heart to have Barnes and not even pay all that and not be able to play him. But I think this is a weaker team. But then I'll go and watch Newcastle and you beat Man United, even with a weaker team, because your manager just gets players that you don't think are that incredible. He gets them playing really well, doesn't he? And every one of your players there, you know your manager will get them playing to the best of their ability. And I think that's been one of your big strengths this season, hasn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And do you know what it is? You've got Lascelles and Shah. They both played under Steve Bruce. They both played under Steve Bruce. And the same Steve Bruce has come out and said that Fabian Schär cannot play in the back four. Really? He plays in the back four for Switzerland, man. How way? Steve Bruce, as I said about that guy, Bella, do you know what I mean? He knows absolutely nout. But that team there played against PSG and we nearly came away from a win. But I've got every confidence in this team. But if we play well, I'll place them. And if they don't play well, then something needs to be said. But we cannot because they're given everything at this moment in time.
That's what you just said now, Paul. I just heard you say. Do you feel like we'll tell you when we put the Everton lineup where we're scared? One of our weaker players where we feel you can hurt us. Is there anyone in your team where you feel a bit worried that we could hurt you? Like, do you think any of our players can get at your players?
Looking at that, I mean, I still think our midfield are strong, right? I think midfield is strong, but I think for you, probably on the wings, but Trippier and Livramento just defend properly. They do defend properly. And at the back, if I'm honest with you, we got no weakness. I think the only way you're going to beat us is if you come out and have a real go and attack us. But if you do that, we just pick you off with a counter attack. It's as simple as that. But when we get the ball, we keep it well and we play good football as well. But for me, Miguel Almiron, I mean, he has his good times, has his bad times. I can't lie, but it's very predictable. And that's the thing. But we play against him, he's predictable. He's just going to do the same thing over and over. But he has got a right foot. He's got a left foot. He's all left-footed. But for me personally, I think that team looks really, really strong there. It really does. If anything, I think maybe Lascelles lacks pace, but he does defend well. So I'm happy with the squad.
Yeah,
should be. Both teams.
And I was going to say there, because you're talking about you keeping possession and stuff. We don't want the ball. We don't have it. We don't have it for very long. When we do, when we have higher possession, we tend to balls it up a little bit. To be honest, it's like when we beat Forest, we only had 35%, I think, and we had far too much against United. That's why they ended up sort of breaking on us, really. So I don't expect to have the ball very much tomorrow night at all, to be fair. So when you say come out and give it a go against you, I'd be surprised. I really would. I'd be surprised if we went gun-co and, we were throwing loads of chances in, everything. I think we'll defend tight as a side, very much so against top sides like yourself.
Yeah, the thing is,
John, what do you think sorry to jump in. I was just going to say, because we're going to say what we think our lineup's going to be in the comments and on the screen. That's what do you, I'll get yours back up. There it is. Is your lineup going to be the same as this? Tell me what you think the lineup's going to be against us tomorrow. I
think that's going to be exactly the same because you've got no one else. I mean, Lewis, if anything, right? I mean, Lewis Hall may come in. I mean, if Eddie surprises us all, he may play Livramento. I mean, Gordon's going to be fit anyway with that hip injury. He did have a hip injury, but he's shaking it off now, but he'll be playing. But if Lewis Hall comes in, I think it'd be for Livramento. So he may rest him for Sunday's game. But we have to go with what we've got. Because that's the best we can hope for in a minute. But we still plays beautiful football under Eddie Howe. Against United, we're absolutely fantastic. The pace and power, PMP, they couldn't cope with us. But that's the side I go with. But Dubravka's going to come in on Thursday. Nick Pope's out for 4 months.
Oh, he's out as well now, isn't he, as well?
Yeah,
Do
Dubravka.
you feel like that's going to hurt you or not? Are you confident in your backup goalkeeper?
I've got confidence in Dubravka. He's a really good keeper. He's a really good goalie, yeah. And we need to get a couple of you got to give him a chance, yeah. I mean, there is talk about getting David De Gea or Aaron Ramsdale, but for me, I just keep with Dubravka, to be fair, and see how he does. I mean, the place is just to keep, but if you do get De Gea, then I think Dubravka's career at Newcastle will be not bad. But keep Dubravka. We need to spend money on different areas.
So it is going to be. So what he's saying is the lineup is going to be the same. You might see a difference in left back. Now, this is Everton's team. Now, I know, John, I'm glad you're sitting down because you probably would have fainted. You're that scared, mate, because we're coming after you here. Harrison, I know we ain't playing at our best yet, but we're still managing to win games. We've won our last 3 away games. Home form isn't as good, but it's getting there. We are a different Everton this season. Some people will see us at the bottom because of the 10-point thing and think that we're a bottom of the league team. We're not. We're a lot better this season, and I feel we're a lot more ready for you. The injuries, Onana is 50-50. Dyche has said he's on the grass, which just tricks us Everton fans. We don't know what that means.
He likes saying that, doesn't he? He loves saying on the grass. He loves saying on the grass.
So Onana's on the grass. Coleman's back as an option. You've got Calvert-Lewin as well. He's back available as well. So we could be back to a full-strength team here because the only 2 things that we worry about is Ashley Young, and we like Onana in the middle instead of Garner Gay. Although Garner Gay's been doing the job, he does step up when he comes in now. Our backup players are starting to compete. So we like this team. Harrison might be able to get at your Livermore that you really like, and I feel McNeil's on fire for us, and he could... Trippier's a really good right back, I will say that. A really, really good experienced right back, and McNeil's going to have to be on his best game to put him in trouble. But I feel that we've got a lot of danger here. What do you think on this?
I look at the Everton team. I mean, I do like Doucouré. This guy's got PMP. I mean, when he gets forward with the ball, he's absolutely fantastic. Obviously, 6'2", gangly, skillful, and he's so brilliant. He's just good going forward. Do you know what I mean? So direct and skillful as well. Beto, I like him. I really do like him. Follows career at Udinese, and I think that's a cracking deal. Get him for 25 mil. I think it's good for all parties.
Some of our fans are doubting him a little bit. I think he's amazing. I just think he's going to take time because the Premier League's not easy.
I totally agree. What's he, 6'4"? This guy, he's going to take him time, and he's going to come good. He's going to come really good. Do you know what I mean? His English is good. And once he gets through it, Portuguese, not Brazilian, I'm wrong. But I think he's a really, really physical, big lad player. Do you know what I mean? But Dwight McNeil, I like him. He's got a lovely left foot as well. Don't get him on his left foot. If he takes a shot, you've got to close him down quickly. Otherwise...
You're worried. You're a little bit worried then here. You're starting to think of our players scoring, so...
No, not at all. I mean, there's only a few who's going to do well. I think McNeil.
You're scared of Dwight McNeil's left foot already. You're scared of Harrison. Doucouré, you've just said he's got PMP, which you love PMP. So we've got a little bit of threat here against you. So straight away, we're doing the right thing. Paul above me goes to the Everton man above me. Paul, what do you think on this lineup? Let's go straight in. Actually. We'll do our lineups now, what we think the Everton lineup will be. So let's just get this over and done with. So you go for it now, Paul. Yeah. What do you think the Everton lineup will be? What do you want?
Most of that is going to stay the same, I think. I don't think he'll risk Onana, but I do think he'll put DCL up front instead of Beto. If it's Beto against Newcastle, I'm not anywhere near confident that we're gonna slot one. To be honest, I think DCL will hold it up better, and we'll need that definitely. I think DCL could probably get in between Shah and Lascelles if they're the 2 guys who are going to be playing. I think he's got a bit more movement. Beto is a bit more erratic, like we saw against Forest. And I just think you need a bit more control up there. And I don't think Beto and Decore together had much of it against Forest at all. So DCL come in at the top for me. Garner Gale stay alongside James Garner. The thing that pops up every game for us is who's going to play right back. Because everyone's terrified of Young. And to be honest, if if Dyche just wants to remember what Gordon's like against Young, and that Young, we actually have a thing about Young is that we're now counting how many minutes before he gets booked. It's going to be in the first 30 seconds if it's Gordon against Young. They'll just knock the ball past him and leg it, and Young will just upend him. So I actually think Coleman might come in for this. I think this would be a good one for him to come into.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I think, look at that as well. I think Young could be the weak link as well, if I'm honest with you. If Gordon runs at him, I think Gordon will have him all day long. I really do. You just said there, if he gets booked early, then he's going to be under huge pressure. Gordon will just run at him every single time. It's as simple as that. He's going to be key tomorrow. And I hope that when the Everton fans do have a go at him, and just best thing to do is ignore them, play your game. He'll have the last laugh. You just don't know. I don't think you taunt the fans, but I think your fans are going to give him a hard time tomorrow. I can see it coming.
Yeah, he will.
He will
get a tough one. He will get a tough one.
He's definitely getting a tough time because our fans haven't forgot when you beat us and was at the bottom and was in big chance of getting relegated. Gordon massively celebrating when you beat us. That video where he's going like that, and it's good though. It's rivalry. I don't care. That's what makes football is rivalry. And so what? We don't like Gordon anymore, and he doesn't like. He'll want to score against Everton as well. That's just the way it's going to be. And it'll make it more of a game. It's interesting for you to say that you think Ashley Young's a weakness. We want Patterson in. We want Patterson to play right back and not Ashley Young. And then obviously Coleman's fit as well now. But we all like Patterson. But Dyche keeps saying experience is better than youth and keeps going with Ashley Young for his experience, even though he's not showing the experience and keeps picking up yellow cards. He killed the derby for us as well. So Ashley Young's causing big arguments in our camp, John. He is. We love Everton at the minute and we're happy with Dyche. We're happy with our team. But when he plays Ashley Young, that's the one thing that makes us frustrated because he seems to have a real favouritism towards Ashley Young.
Yeah, I mean, he's gone for experience, like you said, as well. And he's got to pick the best team. He's got to pick the team he thinks best going to win the game. But you don't go for favoritism. You just go for a player who's going to do the job. It's as simple as that. Not favoritism. He's not Gareth Southgate. He picks players by favoritism as well. But let's celebrate him the better. You know, it's the Everton channel. But I think actually Ashley Young going to play. I really do, for experience. And if he does, I think Gordon's going to give him a hard time. If Livramento face him, I tell you what, that left side is perfect. Livramento and Gordon, that's a perfect. I think Ashley Young's going to have a tough time if those two get going.
Too strong. Like we used to have Baines and Pino, and like you say, you've got two strong players. It's not just on your winger; it's on the person behind them as well. Because if your winger, if you left, say your left back is on form and he's getting up, then your left winger can move into the middle of the park as well, and he's going to get a lot more freedom and joy. So you're right. Now I'm just going to give my lineup and then we'll read the lineups in the comments. I'm just going to give mine quick. I think the same as you. I think it's going to be the same, but I actually do think that Onana is going to come in. I think that's going to be the surprise that gets the Newcastle fans shaking. I think Amadou Onana is going to replace Garner game, and he's amazing. Onana with James Garner in the centre of midfield, you're going to see dominance. I'm telling you. When Garner Gay's good, but he's not as good as passing as Amadou Onana. Onana is the bomb. He is the bomb. He's a beast. He's good. He's a bit lazy sometimes, but he's got that football ability sometimes where he can dominate these sort of big games like this. So I think Dyche might surprise us here and play Onana in the middle with James Garner. If he doesn't, I'm happy with Garner Gay. I think Young will start because Dyche has obviously got a relationship with his mum. I don't know why, but he's just like best friends with Ashley Young. Something must be going on. Young's getting picked. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Because Dyche is the sort of person, if you make a mistake, you're out. But he don't do that with Ashley Young, and I don't know why. You should treat everyone the same. Calvert-Lewin, I do believe will start, but everything else the same. John, you're going to see how good Gerard Branthwaite is, mate, because everyone's after him. Everyone is after him.
He's a young, great player, good player.
You've got a very good striker. Ibrahimovic says your striker is like the best, and you've got a very, very good striker. And I think Branthwaite is going to have to be at his best to stop him, and that'll be a good test for Branthwaite. That's my team. We'll chuck a few people in the comments as team on, and then we'll move to score predictions to finish the show. Do you want to chuck them on, Paul?
Yeah, Pickford's always a starter for everyone. Chris he's mentioned also as well that it wouldn't be what he'd pick, but Young at right back, Tarks and Branthwaite middle. Mikalenko, who's doing solid as a decent fullback, defending wise, doesn't get forward a lot, I say, but he scored a few, so that's changing. Harrison on the right, McNeil on the left, James Garner and Idrissa Gueye in the middle, Decore just behind, and then Beto or DCL. He's edging his bet, but we'll see. I think if DCL's fit, I think DCL will play. Cass says he'd rather have Patterson, but it'll be Young, Tarky, Branthwaite, Mikalenko left back, Harrison right back. He thinks Onana as well, same as you. James Garner, McNeil left, Decore just behind Beto. And here we go. Here's Emma. Emma's in. She's gone for Coleman as well. She always puts that as Pickford. I
That's
can't
Pickford's bum, that emoji is. It's Pickford's bum. She thinks it's peachy.
Is that what it is? Saxon, Branthwaite, Miko, Harrison, James Garner, Garner Gay, McNeil on the left, Dukes and Beto. She thinks he'll be cautious with DCL. I just think get him playing as much as you can, while you can really. Chelsea at home on Sunday as well, so just want him in a run of games, really, don't we? To be fair, Cass says Beto will be best against Newcastle defenders. Well, he doesn't know what he's doing half the time, so chances are they won't know either. You know, and whereabouts are we? I think. Oh, Jamie's in. Young again. He'd love Patterson to play. He would love Patterson to play, but put Young, Tarky, Branthwaite, Miko. Again, James Garner, Idrissa Gueye in the middle, McNeil on the left, Harrison on the right, Decore behind. Beto, expected but not wanted.
There we go. Thank you for your lineups. And we move on to the big part now. This is probably where we'll get our fan clash because it's score predictions. It's who's going to win. And I'm not letting John Sinclair take this. I'm not. So we'll have a little bit of a friendly fan clash here. Score predictions, get them in the comments, and we'll end the Toffee Blue Cast show. This is, but like and subscribe as well, because there's been a great fan clash. This is. I knew John's amazing, to be fair. There is a lot of rivalry with Let's not beat around the bush. I don't know how it is like this, but there's a lot of rivalry with Newcastle and Everton at the minute. And it's becoming bigger and bigger. But I know John and I knew that he'd be all right on the channel. So we've managed to get away with this. So here we go. Score predictions. John, I'm just going to say, I think I'm going to jump in here before you give yours. I think we're going to beat you, I think we're going to beat you. And I think you're going to pay for those that weakened squad that you've got. I think your centre-backs have been doing well and your manager's got them playing well. But against us, Calvert-Lewin might have a field day against Lascelles and Shaw. And this could bite me in the arse. It could bite me in the arse. My score prediction and my goal scorers are, I think we're going to beat you 3-1. I'm going to go 3-1 Everton. My goal scorers for Everton, I'm going to go Calvert-Lewin, Mikalenko, because he's a goal machine. He's our left-back goal machine at the minute. You won't believe that Mikalenko is going to score, but when he does, you'll believe me tomorrow. And then I think Calvert-Lewin, Mikalenko, and I'm going to go for Onana. I'm going to think he's going to play and score. I hope he does. If Onana doesn't play, then I'll put McNeil in to do you with his left foot that you're scared of, John, because you were shaking earlier on. So I'm going to put McNeil in if Onana doesn't play. Your goal scorer, I think, Isaac's playing, isn't he?
Well, you said you're going 3-1 for Everton. I love your confidence, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen, mate. But if you couldn't beat United, then I don't think you'll beat us.
We beat Bournemouth, though, John. We did beat Bournemouth.
Yes, true.
Did you beat Bournemouth?
Nah. We got beat.
Yeah.
Lost 2-0. Last time I looked, we lost 2-0.
Yeah. Back at you, baby. Back at you.
You got to love them in the chat. You got to love them in the chat. You got correct cards being John. Well, I think love to be 4-1 tomorrow, but I can't see. It's going to be a lot tougher. Like I said earlier, Sean's done a fine job at the minute, a great job, and he's turning it around. For me, I'm going to go for a win, and I'm going to say it won't be 4-1, but I'm going to say 3-1 to Newcastle.
3-1 to Everton.
Nice.
3-1 to Newcastle.
There you go.
I heard him. I got one myself, mate. I got one myself.
Yes, kiss the badge. Kiss the badge.
Eye of the tiger. Eye of the tiger. We're going for you. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. Anthony Gordon. He ain't gonna get a sniff, mate. He ain't gonna get his. We're gonna put him into retirement. Right.
Wow.
Oh, this is getting ready now. This is getting me up for the game. That's what we do.
Great.
Fan clash.
Amazing,
Who's your goal scorers before we move on to Paul?
Isak will score. Get one. He's on fine form in the minutes. Back from injury 2 and 3 since come back from injury. So, and Isak, Joel Linton, and I'm gonna go with Livramento.
You were struggling to think of goal scorers then. You're already doubting yourself. You were trying to think who's going to score. I knew mine straight away because I know who's scoring.
I know. I don't know.
Who's going to score for Everton? Who's going to score for Everton, John?
I'm going to go with McNeil.
McNeil, right. Your score prediction on the right hand side of me, left hand side of me, Paul, and then we'll finish the show because we were going to wrap it up because John's got his pre-match as well tonight.
Yeah, torn, to be fair. I want to say massive win. No, I want to say slim win, to be honest. Either would be fine. They've got very few weak links, to be fair. And we've got a couple. So...
Are you going to say lose?
I'm not going to say lose, no. But I am going to say draw. And I think it'll be 1-1.
I should have gave you a massage before we started and boosted you up and got the skipping rope out.
To be fair, that wouldn't be a bad result. That wouldn't be a bad result at all.
No, I know what they're like. These are this Newcastle team. Let's not beat around the bush. They're a very good team, and they have. It's like you said, they haven't got weaknesses. They haven't. We're going to have to be at our very best to beat this Newcastle. We'll have a laugh and joke. That's what we do, and we are competitive. That's football, but. We're going to have to be at our very best to beat this team because this team is consistently good and they do attack. And they're not good. You're not going to get a game where they don't attack. Like they're going to come at us all guns blazing. We've got to be at our best this game, and I love that because it's going to test us now. We've been getting better, but this is where we find out how good are Everton. I like to play Newcastle when they're good, and this is going to put us This is going to let us know where Everton are at because we've been winning games. But can you beat a team like Newcastle that's in form? That defines how good we are, and I'm ready for this. Go on.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, I'm very sceptical as we all are about Premier League and VAR and everything else. And I think we've got Michael Oliver and is it Tierney as well, who's going to do VAR. Not a fan of either of them, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a few decisions flying around which scupper us. So hopefully we can get something out of the game. Shall I throw a few of these?
Put the score predictions on, and then we'll end the show.
Everyone who's in tonight is far more confident than I am. They're more on your level, Dan. So I'll show you Eugene's again because it's just fantastic. But it's not even the biggest scoreline.
We should get John to read them out. We should get John to read these scores.
Wow.
All scared.
Do you know what?
Read them out.
Eugene's positive. I like positive, you know what I mean? But if you're going to beat us 4-1 tomorrow, good luck. But
Paul Cass is doing better than that.
Oh, 5-0.
But you were 5-0. Apparently.
We'll see. Come on, meet John at 8 o'clock and give us a score prediction then.
Yeah, I was just going to say now a big
Thank you,
shout out before we're coming to an end. John Sinclair TV, hit it on YouTube. His link is in below. I've got to put his link in for his YouTube channel. Get on. He is a top guy, you know. Honestly, a lot of Newcastle fans I don't get on with, but John is boss. You know, he's a nice human being, honestly. And John, I went on your channel, like I say. You looked after me. We do things professional. We give people a good listen. We don't let rivalry get in the way. We still try and give people a good little fan clash. And your channel's cracking. So he's one that if you subscribe, is a good channel, to be fair. And get on it if you haven't subscribed. And I'm going on John's later as well. And I'll probably get more grief than what I've had tonight. So I'll be on that tonight at 8 o'clock representing Toffee, Bluecast and Everton. So that should be a fun one. 8 o'clock. Get on it. We're at an end now.
Is that
thanks everyone?
Is that actually
go on, Paul? Sorry.
I was just going to say, Emma's just asking if you got your correct card to bring, John. Is some Newcastle fans actually bringing a correct card? That's the rumour.
Well, I'm not going to. It's on digital and it's on ticket as well. So if you've got a ticket, cool. If you've got digitals on your phone, but hopefully that should get you in.
No, what they're saying is we've been, do you know, since we've got this 10-point deduction,
we've
been holding signs up saying corrupt. There's rumours that all your Newcastle fans are going to bring signs saying correct, that we should get the 10 points. Is that
I've heard that as well. I do apologise. I was on tickets there. No, sorry, but I'm sure Newcastle fans would do something different than 10 points. It does look good by the sounds of it, but. Is what it is.
We'll see on that one. It's going to be a big one. It's our second derby now. This is. It seems that our derby was Liverpool, but now Newcastle wants to be a derby with us as well. So it should be a good game. Bring it on. I'm going to drop the banner now, everyone. Yeah. Thanks everyone for coming on. It's been cracking to listen. Comments have been amazing. You've all got involved. Hope it's been a good listen for you all. We're playing tomorrow. I'm excited now. These get me excited. I don't sleep them the game night before. Drop the thing on. Here we go. Toffee Bluecast. Love it.
Cheers, John. Cheers, mate.